Do something with your life. Do something with your life. Do something with your life.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl TJ. Thank you again so much for tuning in to another week of Fat2Fit Finance. We are finally at baby step 7, and I want to congratulate you because you are now known as one of the 2%ers. Now, what exactly does that mean to be a 2%er or to have that label? It means of the 322 million people in this country, you're one of only the 64 million that can say these things. You have absolutely no debt. You have no house payment. You have your retirement completely secured and set aside. It is good. It is growing. And you've prepared your children for college so they do not have to take out loans if they choose to go to school. I mean, that's it. Only 2% of this country can actually say that they do that. And guess what? You are now one of that 2%. Welcome to the club. You're probably thinking, what the hell am I supposed to do with myself now if I'm one of these 2%ers? I mean, I don't have any debt, right? Well, my friend, it is finally time to live and give like no one else, because you lived like no one else during the entire time you went from baby step 1 through to baby step 6. So I really want you to give yourself a pat on the back. Now, we are going to live like no one else. That means finally be able to spend and enjoy our money. And we're going to give because giving provides something that no monetary thing can actually give us. But we're going to give with a purpose, and we're going to live still on a plan. Why? Because part of being that 2% means you still live on a monthly budget. Remember, living without a plan is what got us here in the first place and why we had to go through these baby steps, because we weren't being intentional with our money. We weren't telling our dollars that we make and control what they were actually supposed to be doing. But it is time to go ahead and finally live and give. So do not be afraid to do that. Trust me, I will not. So let's be clear about what exactly we are doing here. We're still saving and we're still investing. Those are never ever going to change because you always need to make sure that you are doing those two things. But what could you also be doing now that is fun, because you have that chance to really have fun now? Before, I would have told you it is completely insane that you wanted to go out and get a fully loaded whatever your dream car is. I would have told you you were insane because you were in debt and clearly couldn't afford it. But now you can do that. So whatever model it is that you think you want to go get, go, because you don't have to pay, we don't have to pay a creditor to be able to do that. You can actually go ahead and fund that fully with cash. Now, of course, you still may need to save up to be able to do that. It's not like we all come into just $30,000 a month or so. But you could go ahead and have that amount down. So if it's a Mercedes, that BMW, that Jag, if you're a guy, I know you love trucks, F-150, Ram, I don't care what it is, but go do that. Trust me, I have some dream cars on my list too, and I love nothing more than knowing that I'm going to shock that salesperson when I walk in and go, yeah, I don't need a loan. Here's a cashier's check. Just get my car together, detail and everything for you. Now, it doesn't have to be 100% brand new, because a lot of people don't know, most millionaires don't actually drive brand new showroom cars. They choose to let someone else pay for the depreciation up front for the first 3 to 5 years, and so they'll get a model a little older. To be clear, we plan to be debt-free in 2020, which means mama's getting a new car, okay? Newer for me, which would mean 2014, 2015, something that has still gone ahead and dealt with that depreciation. But I want you to go and get that vehicle. There's no sense for you to have to drive around in the same car you are driving around, because you are debt-free now. You're one of those 2%ers. Go get a good car. Second thing you can do, who loves to shop? Just raise your hand. Remember, I told you I'm pretty much part of eBay and Nike Anonymous because I shop ridiculously all the time. This right here, Nike. Guess where it came from? eBay. But I'm on a spending freeze right now because I'm trying to be responsible while in baby step 2. Meaning, once we are debt-free, please understand, there will be a spree. I will walk into Nike as if I am Jordan or Jeter himself and just go, this, yes, just because I can. Now, mind you, the amount that I plan to splurge will be budgeted for, so it's not going to be as if I'm blowing some amount that I really can't afford out of the water. But you have that chance to be able to do that, and I want to make sure that you do. So I don't care what that shopping obsession may be. Please go do it. Please go enjoy that money being a 2%er. Do not hesitate. Now remember, I said we're going to live and give like no one else. So this is the chance to be able to support whatever noble cause or charity maybe you weren't able to support as much as you really wanted to when you were going through all of those baby steps. Trust me, there are so many things that I would love to give to you right now that I can't really, so it has to be on a smaller scale. But I already have it laid out. We know the amount of money and the charities that we are going to donate to in massive amounts in relation to our income as soon as we're debt free. So just think about when you want to give like no one else, what could that be? What if you walked into the children's ward at a hospital, especially the cancer ward, and you went around to every single kid and you polled them to find out what toy they just really wanted? Like it was just that toy, that item they had to have. And you went and secretly and you bought them all. And then you delivered them all. You didn't want any recognition for it. You just wanted to give some child a smile going through a truly difficult time. That to me is giving like no one else, and that's something I seriously cannot wait to do. Trust me, I'm deeply excited for it. Now, let's think about another thing you can do to give. I have a lot of friends, a lot of sorority sisters that are teachers, and that is one of the most selfless acts you could ever do in life, is to teach another individual, especially children. I mean, that is difficult in itself. And there's one thing that I would say, if you wanted to give like no one else, what if you went around to teachers? They are all aware of those students that maybe aren't as fortunate as others. Maybe they can't afford everything that every other student has or needs. What if you run around just to find out what are those needs going to be for the school year? And then what if you made sure that every student that's in need for that particular teacher's classes, they had it? You know, it wasn't an issue for the teacher to have to go out of their pocket, which very well may be limited as well, to be able to provide these things. I mean, that's a way of giving that I see myself doing, and that's a way of giving I would hope other people would want to do as well. Because it's simply people helping other people. Not because you really want to get into the paper or you want to be honored by the school board. Because it's the right thing to do, and now you can do it. You don't have to say no. Having to say no when you're deeply in debt to things you really want to give to, it's heartbreaking. It really is. So what if you could actually go ahead and then give? I mean, that's powerful, right? Once you've won with money and you realize you have the financial security to pretty much buy yourself anything materialistic, anything within reason, okay? You're not a billionaire right now. You usually might have that void to feel where just buying shoes, clothes, gadgets, electronics, maybe it just doesn't do it. It doesn't give you that euphoric feeling of, man, that feels great. But if you try out giving, I mean, truly selflessly giving, you'll probably realize that you can get that feeling maybe you've been searching for. And these are all things that I plan to do. I was not joking. These are all things on my list to do when we are debt-free and we've got some things in motion. So feel free to take any of these ideas, suggestions, and take them upon yourself. Maybe now, maybe later, whenever. But giving is a very amazing thing. It's a very fulfilling thing. And you are simply now in a place financially where you can do that. Maybe you weren't then, but we've made it through all these baby steps. And the whole point is so you can live and give like no one else. Most people don't know, but those that are millionaires and extremely wealthy, they're givers. That's what they do. They give. I encourage you to read The Millionaire Next Door. You'll find out that a lot of times they give far more than the 10% of their household income to charities and noble causes that they care about. And they don't fret about it, and it's not an issue because they understand that giving is simply a part of who they are. And I would hope that once you are in a financially secure place, you want to give to. So, hopefully you join me on this giving. Fat2Fit Finance is not simply just about taking care of yourself. It is about getting in a position where you can help others. Trust me, the second you lose weight, if you are fat and you go ahead and you get fit and lean and trim, you're going to have people coming up to you asking you, what did you do? Or you may decide to offer a little kind word to a friend to be able to help them if you see them struggling and they reach out to you. Exact same thing in terms of giving. You want to be able to pass on the security that you have. So maybe it's not passing it on and you making someone do a budget or whatever, because there are always people in need that need something that you may be able to offer, and now you can do that if it has a monetary value attached to it, and that's an amazing thing. So I thank you again so much for going through all 7 of these baby steps. Hopefully I didn't lose you anywhere in there. It has been amazing to go through all of them with you. I truly, truly hope that you got something out of it. Thank you again so much.